Tuesday? I don't know, y'all. Come on in. Ugh. Hope everyone is doing well. Got some time between my next meeting. I'm not super hungry, but I'm going to be back to back after that. And lead attorney is going to be going live later today. I'm a moderator on his channel, thankfully. And so I wanted to go ahead and get my second meal of the day done. May not eat all of it now, but might as well prepare it. Come on in, and if you're watching the replay, if you want to let me know where you're watching from, that's always fun. City, state, or country if you're international. Hey, Akata. I'm so glad you're back. Thank you. I got your message. And you can always direct message me. I don't know if you have Instagram or Facebook, but I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher on all platforms. So go ahead and introduce myself and get started. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. I'm on a health and wellness journey to age gracefully. I have completely changed the way that I eat. I'm going to use Akata's term, going from the SAD, the standard American diet, to pretty much a, sugar-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, all of that. But I've been tested for food sensitivity, so I have a list of foods that I can have and a list of foods that I have to avoid. That's them on the fridge over there. But yeah, I love to cook. I cook for, those that I love. And so I've just come up with recipes that are still tasty and food that I want to eat with ingredients that have been approved for me. So that's where the substitutions come from. I'm just doing a little bit of leftovers today. It's like a rainy, cool day where I am, so I'm gonna have some more of the egg drop soup. I made this yesterday, if anybody was on. So I have my leftovers. We had egg drop soup with mushroom, green onion, a lot of onion, but I like onion and eggs. Let's see what else is in here. Mushroom, green onion, and I feel like there was something else. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by pouring my leftover soup into my little sauce pot. This is a small one. I know, I'm silly, y'all. But the key, I've made this soup multiple times, and I'll show you guys the package in case anyone didn't see me make it. I'm just pouring it into a sauce pot because I am gonna heat it up over the stove. If you don't have a stove, you could heat up soup obviously in the microwave, but I'm gonna go low and slow on the stove. The key to yesterday was the my attempt at the crispy noodles, and it actually went well. And I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again, but I think I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. All right, so our soup is here. Let me just say that some people know, some people don't know. But when you're smelling, especially if it's food, you don't really want to put your face into it. You kind of hold it away from you and then use your hand to waft the fragrance or the scent towards you. I never liked that. Like, I remember when I work from home now, but I remember when I was in the office and we had like I don't know, a buffet or something from a meeting, and somebody would actually go through, I know him, but I'm not going to say who it was, and like, grab something from the salad bar, whatever, and smell it and then put it back. You can't do that. No. We want to keep everything neat and clean, especially when you're cooking for others. That's one of the things that I teach the boys. So I'm just going to put my soup on the stove, and I'll show you guys what it was. So I made this soup yesterday. I think this is Thai Ling. It's just egg drop soup mix. This has been approved for me. It has 2 packets inside. It's a lot of soup per packet. It's a quart, which is 4 cups of water. And I like to make my soups into a meal. So I add the veggies that I have, which was mushrooms. I need to buy some more green onions. I keep those prepped in the fridge. And the chicken, that's what I forgot. I'm going to add more chicken today. That's true. All right, let me wash my hands. Ah, okay, Akata, you got it. Okay, no problem. All right, everyone. So yesterday, like I said, because I like to make my soup into meals, I add some stuff to it, and I ate a lot of the chicken yesterday. I added a can of chicken, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all know you do it too when you go to the soup thing and you kind of scoop around to get the meat or whatever in there because you want your soup to fill you up. So today I'm going to use this for the first time. I just got this at Walmart. I like trying different things. So this is like a little tear pack. It says premium white chicken. You could eat it just like you could tuna. I'm actually going to add this to the soup so I have more protein. Um, these are the types of things that I snack on now. I'm just taking a look and doing what I told you not to do. Not bad, but you guys can see it's just chicken. Since I'm cooking this for myself, but I've changed my snacks. I no longer snack on like chips and popcorn and granola bars and that kind of stuff. I try to snack on protein. So whether it's beef jerky or turkey jerky, boiled eggs, and this could be a good grab and go snack that doesn't require refrigeration until you open it. But I'm going to pour all in the soup, and it is 2 ounces. So also, a little kitchen etiquette. You definitely want to taste your food while you're cooking, as long as it's not raw. Especially if you're assembling anything. Taste the different steps as you go to make sure that it's got the flavor that you want so that when you assemble it, everything comes together beautifully. However, it's just me, so I taste on my spoon, but if you're cooking for others, you definitely want to have, if you taste, you get rid of that spoon. I use these often. They're like iced teaspoons. Sorry, I'm lame. But I have these all throughout my kitchen. They're like teaspoons that are teaspoons. But you'll notice in a lot of kitchens, they have, a tasting spoon or a little, kind of like at the ice cream shop, right? When they give you the little plastic spoon that you can taste and then you discard. Because we want to keep everybody safe and keep all your bodily fluids to yourself. All right, so we are going to try the crispy noodles. I also am going to do some fruit, and I think I want to make another beverage. I'm going to do a matcha latte since I frothed the almond cream for you guys earlier. I'll do another coffee shop beverage that you can make at home. All right, so let's start with the tortillas. So I have a cooking mat. This is the foldable ones. And I have a pizza cutter. So what I was trying to recreate yesterday, I've made the egg drop soup many times before. However, I really wanted to try and recreate the crispy Asian noodles that you have in the, Chinese restaurant or wherever you eat. But I can't have grains. My food sensitivity test was a cheek swab and a hair sample. So I have a list of foods that I can have and foods that I can't have. You can get, food sensitivity tests a lot of different ways. There are some that are finger stick, if you don't mind pricking yourself. And what came back on my results is that I'm sensitive to grains and gluten. So as much as I love bread and starches, they don't love me back. I get a lot of joint pain. I end up taking a lot of pain pills, and I don't like that. So what I can have, so my substitution, oh, my aluminum foil. Okay. Oh, see, I keep doing this upside down. I bought these on Amazon and I'm using them for the first time. So you guys have seen me use the cassava tortillas. So if you can see here, these tortillas are made with cassava flour. If you saw my episode with my mom cooking with Nana, you'll see that cassava is it's a root vegetable. So this counts as a vegetable for me, even though it gives me the tortilla experience for quesadillas, for tacos, and I'm gonna make crispy noodles from the cassava tortilla. All right, so this brand, La Tortilla Factory, I bought them in bulk on Amazon. I've never tried them before. The one that I had yesterday was the Whole Foods brand. So if I can save a trip to the store, you know I'll shop. All right, so I'm getting this out and you guys can see, so the cassava tortillas, to me, they are, now I want to smell it since my mom, yeah, it smells kind of like a tortilla to me. To me, they're very delicate, so I'm pulling it out of the bag slowly and I'll show you guys what we have. So it does look like a tortilla, but you can see, it's got these like craggly edges. I don't know if that's a word, but it does work well as a tortilla. To me, this one is actually pretty flexible. The ones that I've had from Whole Foods are more stiff, so when you go to bend them, they break. But you guys can see I'm getting good motion out of this one. All right, so yesterday I did coconut oil, salt, and cornstarch. I'm not going to do the cornstarch today because I don't think I need it. When I looked up the crispy noodle recipe, you're supposed to get real Asian noodles, boil them, drain them, salt them, and then dust them with cornstarch and fry them. Y'all, that's too much. The cornstarch is like a drying agent, so it pulls the moisture out of your food. So that's good if you were actually deep frying, which I am not. So what I have is I have my tortilla on this mat. And I have some leftover goat's butter. For anybody new here, again, also for my sensitivity test, I can't have cow dairy. So I know it looks crazy. I'll get the actual package so you guys can see. I had never heard of this, but this has been a lifesaver for me. So Delamere is the brand, and they are a UK dairy, I guess. I've got this at Whole Foods. I've also ordered it online from a deli in Salt Lake City called Caputos, Caputos. They ship free on ice over about $50. So I buy in bulk and I keep the Delamere goat's butter in my fridge. Oh, I had one out here. All right, so let me put this away. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna keep my soup on low. It's already done. We had it yesterday. So I'm just doing it low and slow. So the goat's butter, again, you can have dairy made from goat's milk. So I have some of this last piece of butter, but I'm not wasting anything. You guys can see here, literally what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna smear it all over my cassava tortilla. Just press it on there before I cut it. Yesterday, I cut it first and then I tried to oil them, but because the cassava strips are kind of delicate, to me, they kind of disintegrated a little bit, but they were fine. Oh, it is kind of disintegrating. I can see that, but I'm going to taste a little bit. Ooh, kind of sweet. Ooh, okay. Sorry, let me wash my hands. And I may spritz with some oil too. So what I have on my cutting mat, I have the cassava tortilla. And if you guys are able to see, I just smeared some butter on there. Hey, Amethyst, come on in. You can see that I smeared the butter on there on one side. I had enough for one side. So I'll spritz the other side. I'm trying to think of order. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So this is a refillable container of the coconut oil that's approved for me, MCT oil. You can use any oil that you want. So I have my cassava tortilla with butter on one side. I'm going to turn it over. You can see it's dry on this side. And this time I'm going to spray. Yesterday I used my hands. We'll see if we can be a little contact free. All right, so I have oil and butter. All right, so now I have a pizza cutter. I am going to use the lines on my tortilla. You don't really have to use the lines, but I'm just going to make little strips, about pencil thin, because this is what I'm going to air fry, and this worked really well yesterday. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I kind of have to hold that tortilla with one hand. I think it's this cutting mat because it bulges up. So if you guys can see what I'm doing here, back here, I've cut these into strips. Woo! So I'm going to keep going. I wanted to come on and get my second live out of the way because we'll all be watching Lead later. So I appreciate you guys being here, whether you're watching live or in the replay. On the replay? Okay. All right. So you can see here, I've cut my tortilla into the strips. And now I'm going to do one cut across the other side. I was going to say diagonal, horizontal. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just turn the mat and one cut. So they're kind of small. Okay. So you guys can see here, I have a cut and I have my strips. All right. So we're done with the pizza cutter. That would be fun for kids, you know, maybe like with some supervision. And today, again, we're using the new cassava tortillas. I'm trying this brand for the first time. Again, gluten-free, made with cassava flour since I can't have grains. Hey, Cook. Okay, I haven't run the dishwasher yet, so I'm running out of shells. But I'm going to, my technique for getting these crispy, I'm not going to deep fry them, just like I did yesterday, and it worked well. Ooh, salt. I'm gonna go ahead and salt my Asian noodle strips now while they're buttered and oiled. I did butter on one side and oil on the other, just so the seasoning can stick onto them, and we'll air fry them. All right, so one fell off. It'll be better crispy, but it's good. Okay, so my technique for getting the crispy noodle experience, just like I did with the turkey bacon this morning, using my air fryer. I like my air fryer. I think it's the Power Fry XL. I said I was going to look it up. I'll link it in this video and the other video. Just got it from Walmart. But it's got a door that opens up like an oven. It has different shelves inside, so you can cook multiple things. And I like that it has the glass door so I can see. Some of the other air fryers, I'm sure they all work fine. But you kind of put them in this compartment, and I don't know. I guess you could open it and check. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to wrap with foil. Trying to decide how I want to do this since I'm out of shells. With the air fryer, the way it works is, you know, it has a heat source like an oven, and it also has a fan. So just like the bacon from this morning or turkey bacon, whenever I'm cooking anything that's light, I don't want it to fly away. So I try to put on top of each other. So this is what I'm going to do. We'll see how it goes, y'all. Yeah. I'm thinking to put the crispy strips on the foil and then put this over top or this way, but the heat source comes from the top. So I think I'm gonna do this. All right. So again, our egg drop soup is done. It's just on the stove behind me. We made that yesterday. I added some chicken and mushroom and green onion. So for my Asian crispy strips, I have a cassava tortilla. If you can have flour, try this with a regular tortilla. And I'm going to put this on my air fryer tray. These silicone mats let you kind of fold, and I'm just gonna dump them on here, kind of coming off. I'm gonna have to use my hands. But you guys can see we have our tortilla strips oiled and salted. Oil and butter. We'll see how they come out. So I have them here, but anytime you want anything to crisp up, you really want to try and separate them. I know it's a little bit of a hassle, but you don't want them touching each other because you want as much air to circulate around it. So I hope they do okay on this foil. I'm just, separating them out. So if you were making French fries, sweet potato fries, anything that you want that crispy texture, try and give it as much space as possible. Yesterday, I did them on the wire rack and they came out really good. So I'm trying them on the foil, or you could use parchment paper. That works really well. I made them a little bit bigger, but I'm just trying to get them separated. All right. So now I'm going to put these into the air fryer with this tray over top so they have like a little space where they can't fly away on me. Fly away! Okay, so soup is done. We're gonna see how our crispy noodles turn out. Let me clean up. I'm gonna make some fruit. I had berries with my pancakes this morning, the raspberries and yogurt dip, very good. I'm gonna do some apple and goat's cheese and maybe a little drizzle of my honey substitute. Someone was on earlier asking about the goat's cheese, so I'm gonna use it. Washing my hands and clean it up. I'm running out of soap, but I do use a refillable container, so I'm sustainable where I can be. All right, I will refill that later. I'm a frequent hand washer, as you can tell. All right, you guys, excuse me, let me get another mat. We're gonna cut up our apple. For anyone who asked about my air fryer, it sounds like it's about to take off. I've had it for years. Obviously something is loose in there. I don't know, but it still works. And after a while, it doesn't sound like that. So if you get one new, it won't sound like that. So I have my chef's knife, just sharpening it a little bit. Makes working a little bit easier. I have this sad apple. Again, I had a bruise on it yesterday, and see what happens when you don't get to it fast. It'll start to go bad. So I'm going to cut the top off, and I'm going to eat the rest of it that's good. I don't like to waste, so when you see fruit that's bruised, try to get to it pretty quickly. Washing my apple. All right, so we're going to start by just cutting off the spoiled portion. It's kind of soft. You know what? I may not be able to save it. If it's gone down like that, I'm just gonna get a fresh apple. One, because I wanna make sure I eat good stuff. And two, I'm greedy. If I can only have 2 fruits a day, I want the whole daggone fruit. All right, right, so I got a fresh apple. I'm gonna wash again. Cook, you know, it's funny. I saw that apple yesterday. I was like, I need to eat that. But when you asked me if I eat oranges, I was like, okay, I'll eat an orange. And in just one day, my apple went bad. So I'm not blaming you. I'm responsible for what I eat. I just thought that was funny because something told me to eat it yesterday. No problem. You know what? We're going to core our apple and then cut it. Y'all know me and my gadgets. So in case anybody missed the dessert, this I thought was just a vegetable peeler, and it is a vegetable peeler, but it also is an apple core. So if you have this pointy tip right here, you can go into the center of an apple, go around it, and pull out the whole core. Who knew? Maybe y'all did. I didn't know. So I've literally just gone into my apple, then I'm going to work my way around, and it takes out the core. Isn't that cool? I know. Of course, you can just cut it with a knife like I was about to do. If your apple is nice and symmetrical, you'll get it all out, but I still see a little bit of seed in there. So I'll use the knife anyway. But if you, amethyst, I know, me and my gadgets, right? Exactly, gadget girls. Um, But a good dessert, if you're having trouble getting fruits in, you can stuff this with regular butter if you can have it. I will use goat's butter, cinnamon, brown sugar if you can have it. I use my sugar substitutes, and I'll talk to you guys about that. And then put it in the air fryer over a little bit of water, like just a little ramekin with a little layer of water so it can steam. It'll cook the inside. The butter, the cinnamon, the sugar will melt down in there. And literally when you take it out, maybe 350, 20, 30 minutes. When you pinch the skin, the whole skin of the apple will come off like in one sheet, and you'll have the inside like an apple pie without the crust. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, we're not doing all that today. I kind of want to now. Sounds good, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to cut our apple. Safe technique for the kids, put your hand over top and press down. So I've got my center. I need to cut out the other seeds. Cut in half again, and then I cut in quarters, and then I'm cutting into sections. So I still am going to take the knife and just trim off the middle. For me, these apples, I don't know what kind of apples they are, but they brown kind of fast. Or maybe I'm talking too much. All right. So just getting them nice and done. Ooh, my crispy noodles, I can smell them. Remember, use all your senses when cooking. If you start smelling something, get it before it burns. Good catch. Can you guys see my crispy noodles? Let's see how they taste. You see they're holding on. They're holding up pretty well. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my gosh, y'all. Excellent. Mmm. So good. My crispy noodles. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Caught them just in time. You can see here, nice and crispy. This time, I'll show you this one. You see how the noodle started to curl into itself? That's what happens in my air fryer if you don't have that covering over them. I guess it's not bad, especially for soup. That's exciting. Okay, focus. Whew, getting excited. So what I did differently, guys, again, yesterday I just did coconut oil. Today I did butter, the goat's butter. I just had a little bit left and I smeared it over the whole tortilla, one side, and then salted it and then cut it into strips. All right, going into my other half of the apple. This won't take long at all, man. So again, you know, just eating leftovers, you can refresh them and do different things with them to enjoy. My mom used to do batch cooking, you know. I'm home gratefully, and so I do cook every day because I'm here for y'all every day. Hey, hey, CK. But, you know, if you're not, batch cooking is kind of what my mom taught me, you know, like on Sundays or whatever, cook a large amount that you can kind of reconstitute into different things during the week, especially if you work outside of the home, or, you know, that's what I do for the family, pack lunches, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we've got our apple. I want a piece of it right now. Y'all, getting off artificial sugar was hard. It was about a 2-week detox. You're cranky and all of that. However, once you get that taste of the artificial sugar out, you really start tasting naturally sweet things so much sweeter. And I was going to say something. It'll come back to me. I hate when that happens. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put my apples together. All right, just a plate. I'm using a black plate because my apples are white. That's one of my plating techniques. People always say, oh, it looks so good. Try to do contrast. So if I had, like this morning I did the cinnamon pancakes, or if I were doing the blueberry pancakes that had the blueberries in them, I would use a white plate, because now that I have my community tab, thank you all, I'm going to be taking pictures of my food. You can go over to the community tab and see the finished product. But if you are showcasing something that's light in color, use a darker plate. Take that for whatever it's worth. So I'm just arranging my apples on here because we eat with our eyes. Hey, Sonia. All right. Got to move fast because these things are starting to brown on me. Good grief. What kind of apples are these? I need to run the dishwasher. Little spatula. So excited. All right, so I have some goat's butter left. Again, this is the Chavry. I got this at Publix. This is a soft, it's like a pyramid. It's the shape of this. I have just a little bit left, so I'm going to smear this on my apples. I put it on fruit. I put it on crackers. If you're new to goat's cheese, I highly recommend this one because it's a mild flavor. Some of the other, you're welcome, Amethyst. What tip? Oh, the plating? Absolutely. You know, you guys, I just do this and people are like, you're so good at it. I started somewhere too. You know, I remember when I was first married. I'm divorced now, but, you know, we co-parent well. But I remember trying to make, you know, I got married at 25, 46 now. So I've been cooking a long time. But I tried to make a lasagna, you know, from scratch. And it's a lot of work, right? You know, all the layers, all the ingredients, all that stuff, it takes time. And I think it's funny. But my ex-husband, you know, I made it and I put it in front of him and I was like, how is it? And he was like, yeah, I'd rather have Stouffer's. I was like, I tried. I made Stouffer, you know, after that. But look, we all start somewhere. You know, it is okay. I am happy to share what I learned. I'm just getting all of my cheese, y'all, and I'm just putting it on the apples. You know, these are kind of like probably 2 bite sizes, but I'm greedy, so I'll eat the whole thing. I know, CK. It's funny. That's okay. Hey, we all start somewhere and we learn. But, you know, people like what they like. And here's the other thing, you know, when you're used to kind of like processed or store-bought food, I'm not judging anybody. I had the typical sad American diet. You kind of get the taste for, you know, that kind of stuff. When I started cooking, you know, with real ingredients, it takes more time, but the flavor, oh my gosh, y'all. I actually crave my own food. I like to travel and enjoy and go to restaurants, and I do all of that. And I'll be taking you guys along with me on my community tab. And it's fine, but my system has just gotten used to what's best for me, and it recognizes it. Yes. Taste it as you go. That's big. Always taste your food. You know, if you're assembling, like if I were doing lasagna now, and I make a really good lasagna now. Even the squash one is good. But when you boil the noodles, you know, and drain them, taste it. Make sure the noodles are salted well. When you're making that sauce, once your ground beef or Italian sausage or whatever you use is cooked and you got it simmering, get a spoon and taste it. When you make your ricotta mix, well, that has egg in it, but you see what I'm saying. All right, so my apples, I have apples and goat's cheese. I could eat it just like this, but I like a little bit of sweet, completely optional. This Sucrin Gold is my honey substitute. I bought this on Amazon. You can also get it directly from Sucrin. Just a little drizzle, you know, again, for presentation and just because it's yummy. Apples with a little bit of cheese and honey, if you can have the real thing. It's a great snack and it keeps you fuller a little bit longer. All right, I'm gonna take a picture of that because I'm worried they'll get brown while I'm doing other stuff. Got to make sure people who stop by my community tab, you know, can see what I'm doing, that it looks good. If you like heat, I'm not going to do it today, but if you like heat, you can also drizzle like some chili oil or, you know, red pepper flake on it so you can have sweet heat. All right. So we've got our apples, we've got our crispy noodles. Sonia asked about the goat cheese. Yes. So let me tell you. There's multiple kinds of goat cheese that I've tried. Let me put my apples up. Actually, I took the picture. Y'all saw. I'm going to eat one now. Then I'm going to tell you about this goat cheese and then make my soup. And I'll make a matcha latte for y'all. Mm, 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 mm. Tart from the green apple. Creamy and savory from the goat's cheese. If you can have cream cheese, use that. Sweet from the honey drizzle. Woo! Woo! Mm. Y'all want to hear something funny? Every time I come on here, I'm like, be elegant, Maggie. Keep it together. But I get so excited. Okay, focus, Maggie. The goat's cheese, Sonia. Yes. So you guys can see here. Why can't I open this? When I tell you I buy in bulk, when I find something I like, I buy in bulk. So there's a website, I think it's called Cheese Lover Shop. They sell the Chavry in a box of 6. And I bought 2 of these big boxes. So I keep it in stock. So yes, this one is a very nice, soft, spreadable goat's cheese. Very mild. If you're new to goat's cheese, if you're trying to get off dairy, highly recommend this one as a good like transition substitute. When you buy this type of goat's cheese, the one in the log that you get from the dairy, this one is very dense. You can't just take a knife to this one out of the fridge and smear it on anything. It'll kind of crumble, kind of like a feta, but not as crumbly as a feta. This hard log goat cheese is the one that I use for the pancakes, for ricotta in the lasagna. If you do want to spread this out, you need to take it out of the fridge and let it sit on the counter, maybe 20-30 minutes, room temperature, so that it can soften and it can spread for you. This one, it's got a little foil on the bottom. You peel off the foil. This is made for cheese boards. So you can just, you know, you're supposed to like squeeze the sides and the whole cheese block comes out like a, what is this shape? It's not a square. Trapezoid? Yeah. Let's go with that. Unless I'm wrong. Y'all know what I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, the Chavry, because it shows you, I don't know if you can see the picture right there. You see how it shows you just squeeze it out and it goes on a cheese board with your crackers and vegetables. Excellent soft spreading cheese. The log, the other thing about the log, this one is going to have more of that goat cheese funky taste. So I wouldn't start with this unless you already like a blue cheese or something that's a little bit more pungent. If you like a mild cheese, like a Philadelphia creamy cream cheese, this one is what I recommend. Absolutely love it. I buy it by the case. Because I placed my order when I was just going through Publix and they'd have like, excuse me, nothing in stock. Ooh, I would be so mad. All right, packing up. We're gonna let our soup keep warm. I will plate it. We got our crispy noodles. We've got our fruit. I'm going to make a beverage. It's a kind of rainy day here. And since we were talking about, but I'm always talking about beverages and condiments, and I did the coffee this morning for you guys. You can save a lot of money and a lot of sugar and calories making some of your own beverages at home. So I'm going to show you one. So you saw the honey substitute that I use. So Sucrin is a brand. They have that honey substitute. I'm just showing you guys this. They also have, so this is granulated sweetener. So this is a good substitute for sugar, table sugar, 0 calories. So the story, it goes, apparently there's some monks somewhere in Asia, I don't know, that found this weird green fruit. This is from their website, y'all, I don't know. But they found this green fruit, and when they cut open to it and tasted it, because that's what you do when you see a plant that you don't know what it is, right? It tasted very sweet. But what they noticed is that the fruit did not spike your blood sugar like sugar cane or regular sugar does. So basically, they harvested it and dried it out and ground it up. I don't know how you make sugar, but you can see here 0 calories replaces sugar 1-to-1. So monk fruit is a great substitute, natural, since it comes from plants. Some people don't like the aspartame and the Splenda because that does come from a laboratory, but monk fruit is definitely an option. More pricey, yes, but natural if that's important to you. It says replaces sugar 1-to-1. I like a little bit more. I think it takes a little bit more, but that's just me. So monk fruit, you can get it as a sweetener. I'm just showing you guys some stuff. This is another brand, Lakanto. I got these on Amazon. You can also get them at Whole Foods or whatever. But now they have, like, you can see chocolate chips sweetened with monk fruit. So you can make all of your desserts, chocolate covered strawberries. You've seen the cracker toffee. You can have, these are like baking chocolate chips sweetened with monk fruit. Speaking of Lakanto, this is what I'm making for you guys. So I found this brand. You can get them on Amazon. This is Matcha Latte. So I'm going to, oh crap, hold on. Let me make sure it's dairy free. I think so. That's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. Yeah. I'm just really trying to be strict, you guys, because that's what kind of had my weight stagnating. You know, I would be like, well, I don't eat cheese and I don't drink milk and yogurt, but I was still putting like half and half and stuff like that in my coffee. And I was wondering why, you know, the scale wasn't going down. So again, for the month of March, I'm trying to be very strict. And all right, so this is what I'm going to make. So matcha latte. So matcha is a Japanese green tea, but it comes in a powder. It's not like a tea bag. And so I think the proper way to make it, they mix it with water. I'm not going to use water. Let me see if I have my almond milk. I want it more creamy and sweet. Okay, since I want it more creamy and sweet, you're supposed to mix it with hot water, but just like hot cocoa, right? You can do hot cocoa with water, or you can do hot cocoa with milk. So this I got from the Dollar Tree. This is just unsweetened almond milk. The Dollar Tree used to be $1, now it's $1.25. This one I just got out of the pantry, so once you open it, it goes in the fridge. But you can get, I'm just shaking it up, you can get, you know, ingredients at some of the less expensive stores. Okay, so this is what I'm using. My Keurig has this milk frother. You can, hey Jess, come on in. You can use the hand mixer. This is what I used this morning to froth my cream for my coffee. But my Keurig has, you ain't got to get this fancy, but it's got this little thing on the side. It's a milk frother. So it has, I'll put it together in case you have one of these and you're wondering what it was for. It has that little, let me take it out. This little frother mixer piece. So I have to take it apart and wash it. But when you put it on the Keurig and you turn it on, it froths the milk and heats it up. So you get that hot, steamy, foamy, frothy milk with this. You can buy something like this separate, completely optional. You can froth it by hand. So what I'm doing for my matcha latte is I'm going to pour, there's a little line in here. I'm going to pour my almond milk. Okay. So there's a little line. I think I want more. Greedy. I know. Yeah, I know. 125. Okay. So you guys can see I just have my almond milk in here. And then it comes with a little top. You put this on here. And then I'm going to set it on my Keurig and it connects and it like 3 minutes and it's foamy and frothy. Okay, so literally you just press the button. Now I'm trying to see, do I have glass so y'all can see? 1 second. I was looking for a proper mug, but that's okay. So I just have like a regular bar glass. And y'all know I don't read. What does this say? 1 tablespoon and 8 ounces. So that was probably about 8 ounces. So I'll get a tablespoon. This is 2 tablespoons. The first time, do it per the ingredients. Hey, Tracy. The second time, do it the way that you want. So I'm going to show you guys this powder. It is a very light, I'm not going to use all of this. That's too much. But you can see here, it is a very fine and light powder. And it's green because it's a green tea. But I guess they grind up the whole thing instead of just tea leaves that you steep. This is a powder. Oh, I wanted to put this, I'm going to put this in with the almond milk. Yeah, I haven't made this in a while. Yeah, I'm going to put this in with the almond milk. Because it's just one of those that, it's on 1 cycle. I'm going to do another cycle. It's just one of those that, kind of like gravy. You can get clumps if you don't mix it well. Get the likes up. Thank you all. It's got a light on it. As soon as the light goes off, I'm trying to think for sweetener. Yeah. Y'all, I make this stuff as I go. You know this is not a proper cooking show, but that's okay. It's all going to be yummy. Holding on to this. And then I'm going to make my soup. And then I'm going to be done because I have another meeting. All right, I'm going to set this down and clean up. Ah, it just went off. Okay. So I'm going to, I'll just show you. All right, so it just finished 1 cycle. You can see it's kind of got a little heat there. Can you guys see the foam on there? So this is just the almond milk. I'm wondering if I add it to the glass, but then I'll lose my foam. So I'm going to put my matcha in here so you can see that. And then I'm going to run 1 more cycle so that it can blend in the almond milk. And then I'll just sweeten it after. All right, so let me clean up, and while that's going, we're gonna make our soup and put our crispy noodles on. I have a nice big ramen bowl I've been waiting to use. If you guys saw it yesterday, I'm gonna get that out. Just cleaning up. All right, wash my hands. I want this matcha to be good. All right, we're gonna do that first. Okay, so it just went off. It's a little bit green. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna pour it for you. Probably should have used a little more. Yeah. But anyway, I think at Starbucks it's a lot more green, but you can see we've got a little bit of green in there. And then what I'm going to use is my Skinny Syrups vanilla for sweetener. 0 sugar, 0 calories. And then of course, for presentation, I want more green. I'm going to taste it. I may put some more in there. Ooh! All right. Imagine it's really, really green, sweetened with the 0 sugar. Whipped cream, and then the final, I get a little bit more. I get a clean spoon. A little bit more of the matcha powder for a light dusting, since you drink the whole thing. I don't know if y'all can see that. So imagine this is in a mug, but I wanted you all to see. Doesn't that look good? I'll take a picture. It'll be on my community tab. I'm so happy. All right. So we've got our matcha latte, but you guys can make this again dairy-free, sugar-free. This would replace for me if I went to Starbucks and paid like $6 for a matcha latte with stevia and almond milk. I make my own. So hopefully you guys can see. Ooh. Next time I'm doing 2 tablespoons. But if you like warm drinks, matcha latte, chai latte, I can do it all. All right, let's get our soup and then we're done. Oh, I just have to rinse this out in the sink because you can't really put it in the dishwasher. Anything like that, you want to rinse kind of as soon as you can so it doesn't cake up on you. All right. Dishwasher. All right, now we're ready for soup. So the almond milk is going into the fridge. And then we will make our soup. Y'all, that's really good, especially on a cold, rainy day. I inhaled some of the, oh God, I'm sorry, y'all. I inhaled some of the dusting of the, one of these days. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying to keep it together for you. Soup. All right, for anyone that just joined, I made this soup yesterday and I had leftovers. I'm okay, thank you, sweetie. From Walmart, egg drop soup. Y'all trying to cook and talk and taste at the same time? You don't want me to go, I know, right? Okay, So I have this nice big white bowl, again, presentation, because this soup is very green because I put a lot of onion in it. A dark bowl would be fine. So this is my egg drop soup. Yesterday we made it. Has the egg, mushroom, chicken, and I added some extra chicken in there. This is just either the canned chicken or I had the one from the little pouch. Very good. I'm greedy, so I want all of it. I only eat 2 meals a day, and this is my second meal. Soups are great to keep you full. Woo! Woo! Soup. Here I come, y'all. Yeah, there's no staff to come clean up. It's all me. All right. Need to refresh my paper towels. So again, this is our soup from yesterday. Soup the next day is very good. You saw me just heat it up on the stove. And you see we've got our chicken, we've got our mushroom, and our green onion. I admit I was a little heavy yesterday on the soy sauce, so I'm just going to do a few drops. It's already got nice flavor, but just for some extra umami, Kikkoman does make a gluten-free soy sauce. If you care about gluten, I know lead attorney was making fun of me, but gluten and grains came up on my sensitivity. Take my spoon out. Oh, so instead of drizzling the whole thing, I'm just going to do just a couple drops for color. And my hand is hot. My hand is hot. All right. So the final, what we were trying to do, cassava tortilla, buttered and oiled, flat, pizza cutter used to make crispy strips to try and recreate the Asian noodle experience. I'm showing you guys. I'm just putting them on top of my soup. This time they are sinking to the bottom. I'm gonna try and get a picture before they all go away. But even in the soup, you can see they're holding up. Okay, that's it. Ooh, the butter, y'all. The butter is better than oil. It gives you a really nice flavor. Just taking pictures for my community tab, since y'all are my community. And you can see them shortly. But yeah, if you can't have noodles or pasta or grains, the cassava tortilla is made from a root vegetable, air fried, and it gives you that crispy. Y'all, it's good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. All right. So, class, today for lunch, I'm having egg drop soup with chicken, mushroom, and noodles, apples with goat cheese and honey substitute drizzle, and, excuse me, a matcha latte, warm. You could make it iced. I don't know if I got a picture of that matcha latte. Oh well, it's already started to like settle a little bit, but you guys see we got nice foaming in there. All right, you guys, so that's it. You're so welcome. So happy to help you guys. Class is dismissed. We will reconvene. Lead is going live a little bit later today, so I'll be on in the chat. Please say hello. I'm a moderator now, so I try to make sure I'm not live when he's live so I can help out. Oh, Jess, thank you. I love to cook for you all. I'm done for today, but we'll be back tomorrow, and let me know, maybe on the community tab or wherever, what you want me to cook for breakfast. I'll be dreaming of some other stuff that I can have. All right, you guys, I got a meeting, so bye Instagram and bye Twitter, Facebook.